There's something, and I want to carry on from that story, but just going back to that, I find it super fascinating that you're sat on those stairs and at a moment when your ego kind of dissolves because of the circumstances you find yourself in, you're actually able then to go and pursue your true self. And I find, I had someone sat in this chair previously and he's the biggest investor in the world in psychedelics. And one of the things that he talks about with psychedelics is what it does is it strips back the bullshit. Your ego, the identity you've been living to please society, and what's left is like who you actually are. And it's so funny that so many of the guests I speak to and so many of the psychologists I've spoken to talk about, in order to like find your happiness and pursue your true self, you have to get rid of that bullshit. And what I was hearing when you were saying that is, you'd created this reputation and identity for yourself, which actually was leading you astray, but it was helping you survive in those circles.
Absolutely.
And this tough decision to say, do you know what, I'm going to break out that circle, leave that identity behind, throw myself into an uncertain moment and go in pursuit of like who I actually am. And everybody faces that in their life. Mm-hmm. As a kid growing up in Devon in a school of 1,500 white kids, pretending that I liked indie music and pretending I was to fit in and survive.
Survival mechanism.
Yeah, and I left the city because I deep down in my heart, I didn't resonate with anybody, but I was in that small town city surrounded by 1,500 white kids that liked the Kooks. And
that's my army career. That was my army career.
Yeah. And then 18, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to go be Steve. Moved to Manchester, and I dropped out and I started to. And I think everybody in their life, regardless of what walk of life, you face that decision. And either you've realized that you're living an identity or a life untrue to yourself, and you've gone on the journey to go find yourself, or right now, as you're listening to this, you are, and you'll know it. Yeah. Because the words that you've described there will ring true.
I completely understand that, and that makes complete sense to me.